No one expected it. Not the royal watchers, not the press, not even some insiders within the palace walls. Because while the world has been focused on the scandals engulfing Prince Andrew, the controversies circling Sarah Ferguson, and the heavy responsibilities resting on Prince William and Princess Kate, something else has been unfolding quietly. Away from headlines, away from noise, away from expectation. A new royal figure is emerging, a woman long underestimated, long overshadowed, long overlooked. A woman who has now stepped into the spotlight with a confidence and authenticity that has surprised even the most seasoned commentators. Her name is Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, Queen Elizabeth II's once favorite, and now, if observers are correct, one of the most important rising figures in the modern monarchy. And her latest international tour has sparked a wave of comparisons that no one could have predicted. Some are calling her the new Kate. Some say she mirrors William's warmth. Some believe she is stepping into a role the monarchy desperately needs as it faces crisis after crisis. But whether this is strategy, coincidence, or simply a natural evolution, one thing is certain. Duchess Sophie is no longer the quiet royal in the background. She has become the face of something new, something softer, something warmer, something deeply human, at a time when the monarchy is struggling to redefine itself. Before we go deeper, there's something I need to share with you. Over the past few days, thousands have watched these stories unfold, but most haven't subscribed. If you're one of them, I invite you now to join us. Subscribe to Crownverse so you never miss the next chapter in this unfolding royal history. Now, let's continue. When Sophie landed in Peru on November 10th, no one expected her to dominate royal discussions. She arrived quietly, without the whirlwind press coverage that follows William, Kate, or even Meghan. She stepped off the plane with the same understated elegance she has carried for years, dressed simply, smiling warmly, the smile of someone who understands that her work, not her wardrobe, is what matters. She had just come from a weekend of remembrance events in London, where her poise reminded many of the late Queen's serene composure. But in Peru, something shifted. For the first time in a long time, Sophie wasn't simply attending events, she was leading them. Her itinerary was heavy, intense, and deeply emotional. She met indigenous women leaders and human rights defenders. She embraced women who had survived sexual violence. She shared laughter with activists fighting for their communities. She listened, really listened to their stories, and this is where experts believe something changed. Body language analyst Darren Stanton, speaking to Betfair Casino, described her demeanor as warm, open, and deeply engaged. He emphasized that her body language in Peru showed no signs of stiffness, no need to assert rank, no power distance between her and the people she met. All of this, he said, mirrors the approach taken by William and Princess Kate, an approachable, modern, relatable style of royal engagement. These observations, of course, reflect expert interpretation, not official palace strategy, but they match something that many royal observers have been sensing for months. Sophie is being seen more, heard more, and trusted more. Her smile in Peru, genuine, crinkle-eyed, full face, reminded many of Catherine's most heartfelt moments. Her grounded presence, unpretentious, empathetic, quietly confident, echoed the way William interacts with communities around the world. Her willingness to embrace, to laugh, to connect without formality or stiffness, this is the modern monarchy the palace wants the world to see. And Sophie is delivering it naturally. For years, she operated in the background. Her marriage to Prince Edward positioned her comfortably within the royal hierarchy, but never at the center. She carried out engagements with grace, but rarely with fanfare. Queen Elizabeth valued her deeply, trusted her, and reportedly adored her. But the public never quite saw Sophie the way the Queen did. Until now. Observers note that after the Queen's passing, Sophie's visibility began to grow. Her schedule expanded. Her international presence became more prominent. And as negative headlines engulfed Andrew, as Harry and Meghan stepped away, as the Waleses became overwhelmed with their roles, Sophie quietly stepped in to fill the space. Her South and Central America tour confirmed what many had suspected. The monarchy is preparing her for something larger. The palace has not said this explicitly. Such claims remain speculative, but the signs are difficult to ignore. In Peru, Sophie participated in emotionally heavy meetings with indigenous women's rights defenders, survivors of trafficking, and activists on the front lines of violence and inequality. These are areas the royal family treats with utmost seriousness. Only trusted, capable, and deeply empathetic royals are chosen for such engagements. Sophie didn't simply show up. She connected. She leaned in. She embraced. She showed emotion without losing composure. And that, experts say, is exactly what the monarchy wants the public to see. Britain is changing. The monarchy is changing.
And as Charles and William prepare for the future, they need figures who embody humanity, compassion, and modern connection, not the cold, distant royal trope of decades past. Sophie fits that mold effortlessly. Her next stops, Panama, Guatemala, Belize, are equally demanding. In Panama, she will meet senior officials to recognize the country's partnership with the UK on global challenges, including conflict-related sexual violence, an issue deeply personal to her. In Guatemala, she will focus on anti-trafficking efforts and support systems for vulnerable youth. In Belize, she will celebrate national culture, learn about conservation, and visit British Army units stationed there. These are not superficial appearances. They are powerful, high-stakes engagements, often reserved for the Waleses. So why Sophie? Some say it's because she is reliable, perhaps the most reliable royal aside from William and Kate. Others say she has become a bridge, someone who can hold dignity while still connecting emotionally. Still, others believe this is a strategic move by Charles to broaden the working royal lineup after years of crisis. While these interpretations are unverified and not confirmed by the palace, they reflect the consensus among royal analysts. Sophie's role is expanding. Her body language tells the story first. Her comfort among communities tells it again. Her joy in human interaction tells it louder. There was something refreshingly authentic about her. She does not seem to perform empathy, she embodies it. She does not use grand gestures, she uses genuine presence. She does not act like a royal representing an institution, she acts like a woman representing the people she meets. This is where the comparisons to William and Kate become strongest. Observers point out that Kate's defining strength has always been her ability to use compassion as a form of connection. William's strength lies in his grounded, emotionally stable presence. Sophie, it appears, carries elements of both, a combination the palace surely recognizes as invaluable. More importantly, Sophie brings something unique. She knows hardship. She knows controversy. She knows what it feels like to fall, recover, and rebuild. She understands the pressures of public scrutiny. She understands the cruelty of tabloids. She understands the pain of mistakes, regrets, and growth. In many ways, This gives her something neither Kate nor Meghan had early in their royal journeys: resilience, forged by experience. Her rise to prominence now does not come from fairy tale romance or global celebrity. It comes from steady, patient work, from years of dedication, from lessons learned quietly while the world looked elsewhere. But the world is looking at her now, and what they are seeing is a woman ready for more, ready to lead, ready to anchor, ready to help shape a monarchy desperately trying to find its footing in a new age. Her interactions in Peru were filled with laughter, depth, and sincerity. Her connection with indigenous women was moving and unguarded. Her willingness to embrace those she met, physically and emotionally, spoke of someone who does not need a title to command respect. She commands it because of who she is. It is no coincidence, experts suggest, though again this is interpretation, that Sophie is being seen at more high-profile engagements lately. Charles is preparing for a future where William and Kate carry enormous weight. The monarchy must evolve and distribute responsibilities carefully, strategically, and compassionately. Sophie appears to be part of that evolution. Her tour is more than a diplomatic mission. It is a demonstration, a preview, a message. A message that the monarchy still has figures capable of genuine empathy. A message that warmth can coexist with tradition. A message that the future of the firm will not be built solely on status, but on sincerity. As the royal landscape shifts, with Andrew disgraced, Harry estranged, Meghan gone, Princess Anne aging, and Catherine balancing heavy expectations, Sophie stands as a figure who can help carry the institution forward without the weight of scandal or division. Her rise may not be loud, but it is unmistakable. And in Peru, standing among women who fight every day for justice, dignity, and hope, the Duchess of Edinburgh showed that the monarchy still has the ability to connect, to care, and to remain human. Whether this is the beginning of a long-term strategy or simply a moment of opportunity, only time will reveal. But what is clear now is this: the quiet Duchess is quiet no more. She is stepping into something larger, not because of power, but because of presence. Not because of expectation, but because of authenticity. Not because of royal birth, but because the crown needs someone like her right now. And Sophie, warm, grounded, resilient, is meeting the moment exactly where it is.